The best job in the world is being a mother. When you start off as a mum, there's no real manual to tell you how to be a good mother. But what's worse is no one tells you what to expect when your children leave home and you no longer have that responsibility, and how hard it is. Today, we want to talk about what my experience has been since my children left home. For years, I dedicated my life to my two sons and did everything for them. Everything I did in life was for them. I worked to provide them with all the things I never had as a child. I fed them, I did their laundry, I paid for them to go to university, took them on holidays, everything. And I spent all that time nurturing them and helping them to develop into well-rounded individuals ready to go into adulthood. I mean, that is our role. That's what we're aiming for, to have these great kids that have great lives. And the day comes, they leave home. You've done your job. You've created these wonderful adults that are able to go out into the world and have fulfilling lives. You've done what you're set out to do. But oh, that day when it comes, oh, it's just awful. It's just absolutely terrible. And I wasn't really ready for it. I don't think I was ever really going to be ready for the day that they left home. So in my situation, my eldest son left first to go to university. But when he went to university, I knew he would be coming home again. Then he came home and I was back to having both of them. Then my oldest son left for good and he moved in with his fiance, and I knew then that he was never coming home. My younger son then went to Thailand to live for a while. And again, even though I was on my own at that point, I thought, oh, it's okay, because he'll be coming home at some point, which he did. And then when he did come home, he found a great job in London, and it was what he'd always wanted to do. And then he left. And that time I knew he was never coming home. And what's also been a big part of my life for the previous 10 years was looking after my dad. And he needed assistance. So I was doing all his shopping for him, managing all his bills for him, going and doing all his cleaning for him, making sure that he was, he wasn't well, but, doing the best to make sure he had a safe life. I guess that would be the best way to put it. And sadly, he passed away a couple of years before my last son left home. So it was like a double whammy. All of a sudden, my house is empty. And it dawned on me, I don't have anyone to care for anymore. And it was really scary. I didn't know how to be anything else but a carer, because that's all I'd done for so long. And nobody needed me anymore. And it was really, really hard. There's the silence in the house. You've not got somebody shouting out, oh, where's the TV remote? Where are my trousers? Where's this? You haven't got all of that. But then there's the silence in yourself, because you just don't know what you're going to do with yourself. Your whole world is completely different. You no longer have this role of caring for people. And not caring for my son's everyday needs, I didn't realise how important that had been to me for so long, and I really didn't know what I was going to do with myself. And I guess you have to kind of mourn the loss of that role. But it takes time. You know, I know we all joke when we have the kids. We go, oh, can't wait for the day you leave home. I'll be free and all this. But when it actually happens, it doesn't feel like that at all. It just doesn't. It's just so strange. But as time's gone on, you start to do these little things and you start to feel a bit freer. And it's silly little things like, oh, I don't have to get up to get someone ready to go to work. Oh, I can have dinner when I want because they're not going to be moaning they're hungry in half an hour. I can do, things for myself. And that's what I started doing. I started realizing I don't need to be at home for a specific time for a specific person. When I was left with the dogs, so I did have to look after them. But in the main, I could do things more for myself. I could walk around my house naked. I didn't have to worry leaving the bathroom to my bedroom and having to wrap up in case one of my sons was on the corridor. So, you kind of start getting used to it. But it takes time and you get used to it. And then I started doing things for myself more. So I started going to the gym more, going out with my friends. And the big thing I did was I sold my house, which was in a village and quite isolated, and I moved back into a town so that I could be near to, friends and the gym and that I could just walk into town and have things to do. So I didn't feel so isolated, living in the middle of nowhere all on my own, which I really, really didn't like. I really didn't like that at all. And then as the time's gone on, this is what I've learned, is I'm still mum to them, but I just have a different role. I make sure they know that I'm still here for them and that I love them. And I mean, I'll always love them. I'll never stop loving them. They're the most important people to me in the world, always have been and always will be. And I just want them to know that that's still the case, so I make sure they do. Now, I have sons, and sons are terrible at keeping in contact with anyone and even their mother. So I have to message them and go, oh, this is mother. Are you okay? I mean, thankfully, I work with my older son, so I do get to see more of him because we have to work together. But my younger son, yes, I have to message him a lot and say, this is mother checking in. And I do that for two reasons. One, to check in and make sure that everything's okay. And two, to remind him to call his mother. And that they know that I'm still there. I'm still thinking of them. And if they need me, I'm on the phone. I'm still going to be there to support them in their lives. And I am very, very happy for them that they have got these wonderful lives now and they've got their own families. And of course I'm happy for them. They have what's made me happy for all those years. And now, like I say, I'm doing more things for myself. But the biggest thing I've learned, once I got over the fact that my role in life is no longer to be a carer, and I don't have responsibility on a day-to-day basis for anyone, I'm free. And it doesn't happen overnight, this feeling. It takes time. And it took a few years. I'd still sit here thinking, oh, I don't, what is my purpose in life? What am I going to do with myself now? And after a few years, I realised, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take care of myself. I'm going to use this freedom and make myself the priority in life and do what I want to do and all the things I couldn't do in my life that I wanted to do. And yeah, now I'm beginning to feel great about it. And, I'm now going to go off travelling full time. And live the life I should have lived as a youngster. I should have gone backpacking as a youngster. I would have got it out of my system then. But now I'm going to do it now because I can. And I can travel where I want. I can read books. I can watch films. I can go out when I want. You know, I'm completely free. Yeah. And it's wonderful. And yes, I miss them. But the biggest thing I've gained in the last few years is learning and appreciating that it's my time now. I've done my job and I've done a good job. And they are great, great young men. They're men. To me, they're still children. They're still little babies. But I must remember they are men. And they've got wonderful families and wonderful partners, and they've got wonderful lives. And that's all I ever wanted for them. And I'm happy for them. And now I'm going to make myself happy and go off and do all the things I wanted to do. But it's hard. And I wish people had told me how difficult it was going to be when the children left for good. It's really tough. But now I really am embracing life and my time for me. Anyway, thanks for watching. How did you find it when your children left home? Did you crack the champagne? Or did you, like me, feel, oh my goodness, what am I going to do? And what are you doing now? If you're struggling, just hang on in there. It does get better, honestly. It's your stage now for freedom and to do whatever you want to do with your life. Take care of yourselves. See you soon. Ciao.